What's up, guys? Shouri here, and today I'm going to talk about the new matchmaking system and how you can win within it even as a solo player. So, as a solo player, you are going to have these games that you have people on your team that literally have 1 or 2 days played. If you have a really high KD, you'll literally have every game the way I do now, which is my teammates have like 5 days each, and it's against normally average players who aren't bad by any means, so it's not that easy. And so I'm gonna try to talk you guys through the easiest ways to be able to win against that. One, you have to play conservatively. You cannot just go out there and just do your thing and accept your teammates just to go -1 or 2, and then you just be able to carry for the rest. You are going to have to go +8 to 10 on TDM usually. And it's not just about that. It's about keeping your team alive. And honestly, I think it kind of is going to make you a better player because you're going to be more aware of your teammates, and that's pretty important. So right here, both my teammates are on the right, so I went on the left trying to help them out by putting in damage there and kind of trying to corral the other team. The problem is that my team died, so I had to kind of back out of it and then just kind of clean up the scraps as much as I could and tried to help out the hunter. It ended up not going too great, but I did go ahead and pop my ult to trap people, and it was able to give me that kill on the lob. By throwing the traps on the heal, he couldn't go over there, and to have everybody trapped over in this corner where my teammates were able to go in, and they weren't allowed to go in that little corner on the right because all the traps. So my team was able to rush into him, get the kills, and then my Jabali ended up running in and dying, and then the hunter on the other side went in and dying. And that's the whole thing. Your teammates are just gonna die a lot in this new system, and it's really, really frustrating. So what you're gonna have to do is you're going to have to just adapt and make sure that you're staying alive and supporting your team as much as possible. You want to give them the ability to make kills on their own and just keep them in the healthiest states possible. The other bad part is these guys don't know how to heal or where the heals are, so you're gonna have to protect them at all costs and just try to keep the other team as low as possible because you aren't going to be able to do much. Your teammates are just gonna die. It's a fact because they don't know where the heals are since they're new. It's an awful system. I don't know why they made the matchmaking system this way, but it is what it is. We did our best to help our teammate. He took a lot of damage, and we were able to bait him to be able to get that double at the end, and it just worked out really well on this one, mostly because that guy was a Jabali. But here, as you can see, the Jabali, 2 days. The other guy, 8 days, only 97 matches played ever. The other team, all normal players. And that's where the problem is. The higher KD you are, I'm pretty sure, is what determines how screwed you are on your teammates. But even my wife, who has a 1 KD, has a similar problem. So it's not only the high KD players. Either way, what we're doing right here, instead of going in straight away, we are waiting until we got the advantage and we have most of the people dead, and then after we got the 1v1, we can come in and then just go ahead and get the kill. And it's basically just being as adaptable as possible to helping your team. You have to do all of the objective work. Your teammates will not be helping you with that, which is unfortunate. But because of that, you're going to have to make sure you're getting those kills on the other team and then moving into the objective. You can't go straight for the objective. You aren't going to have the backup team support to be able to fight them 1v3. You do have to actually go and kill all of them out of the hill, and then you can come back and take the hill. And we were lucky enough to be able to get most of these kills, and my teammates actually did a great job here to put in damage, and I don't want to mistake anyone thinking that I'm saying that these guys are bad. They are new to the game. That's all it is, and it's not their fault that they're put in this position. It's T3's for making this matchmaking system. So I want to make sure that's clear, that it's not my teammates' fault for being this way, but you do have to play around it, and it's just a fact. If they're new to the game, it's rough. We did end up getting killed by the ult, and my teammate was just walking backwards slowly for a little while, so that was fun. But we sped it up, and we are back at it. And my teammates are just kind of staying back. They're a little scared, which makes sense. I mean, they are playing players that are pretty good, and they're newer. So you got to kind of adapt to that and just realize that they're going to be playing a little scared, and they're going to need help. And that's completely fine that they need help, so that's all you got to do. Supply it. And I will show you another strategy after this game of the other way you can win. But either way, we are going to go straight in here and do our best to get them low. And I am not finishing these kills. As you can see, I'm not worried about that. I need to stay alive at all costs and get everyone low. That way my teammates can finish some of the kills. And I can get out of there staying alive and get the heal. And right there, my teammates were able to get the kills through the Sindri's turret, and then he used his ult. But everybody was one shot, and it makes it so much easier for him to win. And that's why this can also kind of translate later on to you just being a better teammate. Right there, my teammate, the Sindri, did get them a little low, which allowed me to get the kills very easily. And I'm just throwing off random shots with my Christina because I can get that early warning system so I can kind of know where to position myself. Because that's the most unfortunate part about the system, is that if you don't have certain characters, you kind of can't win. Like, you're not going to be able to play something like an Aletta and do something where you can kill the entire other team and keep your team alive. Well, some people could, but I can't. Either way, it really is just unfortunate that you have to kind of make up for the deficiencies of your team. And my teammates are doing an insanely good job of taking what I'm giving them and doing the best they can. I'm very happy with them, so shout out to these guys. Very new to the game and very good job at what they did. So, as you can see, we had all the hill time and we did our best. Our teammates had 17 in 9 days played, and that sucks. Well, if you wanted to know the other way, you just win without your team really having to be involved. And that is my favorite way because it's just less frustrating. So as you can see, we were down by 5 and there's like 2 minutes left. Not great. But what we are going to do is come out here and get those kills. I do have a chemist that's actually healing me, and he's doing a pretty decent job. I'll give him that, so thank you to him. But we have a Scotty that just dies a lot. And again, it is not these guys' fault. I don't want anyone to think that they're bad players because they're just new. So, I just want to reiterate that. But it does kind of suck that they die a lot. Either way, we are one shot here and we are getting healed really good by that chemist. So, great job from him. And right here, we are going to just try to go look up straight up the middle, but then we get hit on the side, so I'm going to go over there to try to help. Luckily, we get the heal and kill him with our ult. The hunter jumps down, and we're able to take him out. And now it's only down by 2 with a minute left. So by the time we get to the middle, it is going to be 40 seconds left, and we can't afford to miss these shots like that. Luckily, we go ahead and get him, and we have to push forward. There is no time. But if I die, we lose, so we got to go around and try it again. The problem here is my Scotty ended up dying, so I have to get a 3-piece in under 20 seconds, which is very unfortunate. But hey, it's possible. So we go ahead and get that. The hunter jumps down with the most insane quickscope. We get him, and my chemist knew the deal. Get away, let's win by 1. And we actually brought it all the way back. Right here, losing by 15% halfway through the game. My teammates were doing a pretty good job for what they were doing. Unfortunately, they had a really good sniper, and we had a newer player on the Johnny Jet who did his best to stay near the carts invisible, so it actually kind of wasn't that bad. But their sniper doing an insanely good job in the first half, just kind of gave him that lead. There wasn't much I could do about it. He was sniping me too. But either way, we do see they have the ult from the Sindri there, and I wanted to take that out to make sure that we could get him. And we go ahead, take their whole team out, and right here, what you want to do on Payload Race is make sure that you are hitting that middle thing whenever you kill their whole team. You aren't going to have too many moments that you're going to be able to kill their whole team and kind of get away with pushing the cart and hitting the middle block. So when you do, you got to take advantage of that time. Right here, we got it down to a 7% lead, and we are able to take out the Osas, who was the biggest problem. Right here, we want to get them off of our cart because we can't have that move forward. but we're moving their cart back, and as our teammates are on it, we're just trying to keep them alive, honestly. Right there, we do a great job to be able to get the Judex, and we get a good bit of damage onto the Osus, but he does pop his ult, doing a great job there from their Osus. Like I said, that guy did great. Shout out to him. But either way, we are going to just try to lay our bomb traps on our cart. That way, even if we die, we can kind of keep them off of it for our teammates, because a lot of the newer players don't realize how the contesting system works. So what they'll do is they'll sit on one side of the cart while someone's on it, and it won't go forward. So if you play Christina, I definitely suggest putting traps on the cart. It definitely helps. Right there, we are going to throw some traps down and try to get him to chase us so we can heal. Works perfectly, and then we pop our ult down. He ends up going off. I'm just going to hope he comes up the lift into my ult, which he ends up doing. And we are just sitting here and trying to bounce things off the carts, trying to get anyone we can. We go ahead and get some people with our traps, getting everyone pretty low. Sadly, the Sindri does coming around to get us, but in the end, it's not too bad because we are able to go ahead and get in here. And it mostly just shows that this matchmaking system sucks so bad. But I hear that for some players it's not too bad. I think for higher KD players it's awful. And I think it kind of sucks that the new players have to play against people like me or with me, because they're not going to get very many kills if they're on my team. And they're going to kind of let someone down, and it's obvious, and that kind of feels bad. So, not sure how good the system is. But what system is great is getting your thumbnails made by Jordy. This man is the best in the business. He's easy to work with, and he gives superior products, so definitely go check him out.